Hi friends, I'm Julia, here today with your Yoga for Middle Splits flow. This practice will help improve flexibility in your inner thighs and hamstrings, helping you to work towards your middle splits. We'll be flowing through both dynamic and static stretches, helping you to increase your flexibility and mobility over time. So if you're ready, let's begin. We're going to begin this practice standing tall on our mats, stepping out to a wide leg position, interlacing our hands together, and we're going to bend one knee at a time, warming up our legs, maybe leaning forward with a flat back, stretching out our inner thigh, bending one knee at a time. Our toes are slightly turned out and our knees bending over our toes, warming up our legs, we're going to bend both knees, placing our hands above our knees, and we're going to shift our shoulders from side to side, beginning to gently stretch out our inner thighs, maybe stretching, shifting from side to side, shifting our shoulders from side to side, lengthening through our inner thighs. We're going to turn our toes in, releasing forward, bending our knees as much as we need to feel comfortable. And once again, we're going to bend one knee at a time, lengthening through our hamstrings and our inner thighs, releasing our neck down, shifting our hips from side to side, finding a nice gentle stretch here as we're just warming up, bending both knees and lengthening, maybe still shifting from side to side, really releasing over our legs, bending both knees. We're swan diving up. We're going to turn our toes out again, standing tall. We're going to bend one knee, and if it's within our practice, we're going to lower down as much as we feel comfortable. We can also stay in an upright position with no one knee bent, stretching out our opposite inner thigh. We can either sit back on our hips, or we can keep ourselves propped up on our hands, whatever is feeling good for us in this present moment. Really lengthening through our inner thigh. Allowing ourselves just to let go. Shifting to the other side. Either coming up to our modification, further up, or lowering our hips all the way down, propping up on our hands, or sitting back on our hips, with the opposite leg extended. Shifting back to the other side. Maybe sitting back on our hips. And shifting once again, other side, shifting through the center, and then releasing in our stretch. Coming back to the center, in our forward fold position, our legs wide. We're releasing our upper body. Maybe opening up our legs a little further out, lowering our forearms down to the mat, bending our knees as much as we need to feel comfortable here. We're going to heel toe our feet together, all the way together into our forward fold. We're going to swan dive up, reaching our hands above our head, and then to heart center, stepping to the front of our mat, sitting back in our chair, making our way down to the mat. We're meeting in our butterfly position. We can choose to scoot our feet in as much as feels comfortable for us. And first, we're just going to move our knees up and down as we're warming up in our butterfly stretch, waking up our inner thighs. And we can use our elbows to press our knees down ever so slightly, leaning forward with our flat back. Now we can extend our arms, rounding forward, releasing over our legs. Maybe tuning into our breath here, breathing into the stretch. Walking our hands back, shifting our legs out in front of us. We're keeping our knees bent. We're gonna shift our knees from side to side, releasing with our windshield wiper knees, letting go here. Extending our legs out long, we're gonna shake our legs, releasing any tension, shaking them out. We're coming into our single leg staff stretch, bending one knee into our inner thigh, reaching forward, releasing over our leg that's extended. Maybe shifting our hands to the inside part of our foot, so our stretch is more concentrated on that inner thigh. Walking our hands back. On our next exhale, we're going to switch legs, bending the opposite leg into our inner thigh. We're stretching. We're reaching our hands forward to the inside part of our leg that's extended. Feeling a slight stretch in our inner thigh, reaching forward. Walking our hands back. On our next exhale, we're going to shift our knees from side to side again, releasing, letting go. We're shifting into our straddle stretch, so we can open up our legs as much as we feel comfortable today, whatever's within our practice. We're going to shift our upper body from side to side, reaching towards our toes or maybe touching our toes as we shift from side to side. Our feet are flexed, our toes are pointing up to the sky. Shifting from side to side. Now we're going to reach forward, leaning over to one side, making sure that both our hip bones stay planted on the mat. Reaching towards one of our feet, maybe towards our right foot to start. Lengthening through our side body. Reaching up, interlacing our hands, reaching up to the sky, and then releasing over, maybe over to our left side now. Making sure that both of our hip bones are still planted on our mat. Reaching back up, interlacing our hands, reaching up to the sky, opening up our arms. And then we're going to release forward. Maybe releasing our forearms down to the mat, letting our forehead just relax on our forearms. Maybe pointing our feet up to the sky for more of a stretch in our calf muscles and hamstrings as well. Releasing over our legs. Releasing forward, opening up through our inner thighs, allowing this deep stretch. Walking back, we're going to use our hands to help guide our legs back together. Shifting our legs out in front of us, we're going to shake our legs from side to side. Releasing our legs after a very deep stretch. We're going to shift back into our straddle position, and we can either prop ourselves up, over, working towards our middle splits, leaning over our leg, or we can stay in our straddle position. Whatever is within our practice today, maybe shifting forward, leaning all the way into our middle splits, We also always have the option just to stay in our straddle stretch, sitting up tall in our straddle position. Releasing our hips down to the mat, we're going to use our hands to slowly help guide our legs back together, swiveling our legs around. We're now going to find our hip flexor stretch, stepping forward with our right foot forward, reaching up to the sky with our left arm, tucking under our hips. We're lengthening through our hip flexor. This is really important to do after all the stretches that we just did to counterbalance. Opening up through our hip flexor, tucking under our hips for more sensation. Coming back to our kneeling position, we're going to switch, stepping our left foot forward in a kneeling position, tucking under our hips, shifting forward slightly, reaching up to the sky with our right arm, reaching over to the side, opening up through that hip flexor. Coming back, meeting both knees together, shifting our legs around. We're scooting forward to the front part of our mat, rolling down through our spine, making our way onto our back. We're going to shift our knees from side to side, releasing everything, letting go of any tension. Reaching our feet up to the sky, we're meeting in our happy baby position, reaching towards the outside part of our feet, lengthening through our inner thighs here, feeling free to shift one leg out at a time for a deeper stretch in our inner thighs. Flowing through here at our own pace. Or just holding in the happy baby position. Reaching our legs back together, we're going to hug our knees into our chest, lifting up nose to knee and lowering, rocking ourselves up into our cross-legged seated position, meeting together here. We're taking a big cleansing breath, inhaling, meeting our hands together, and exhale to heart center. One more breath, inhaling, reaching up, hands to heart center. And another cleansing breath, inhaling, meeting hands together, and exhale to heart center. And together we say Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for this flexibility practice, working towards your middle splits. If you benefited from this practice, please feel free to let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to click that thumbs up and subscribe to stay up to date with new yoga practices coming soon.